If we enter the word Jadeite into the most popular internet search engines, we would momentarily be overwhelmed by information of this unique stone. It's so easy in the internet. By pressing a key, one can instantly be brought to another hemisphere and start enjoying totally different landscapes than one is used to. During the upcoming dozens of minutes, we offer you a journey as colorful and intriguing around the world of one of most secretive germs, the jadeite. What makes it so special? What extraordinary features and processes? Where it used? How and where it is found? How it processed? How much it cost? And why even the might of the world are not able to withstand its attraction? What do scientists think about this germ? All of that and even more will be told on this documentary, whose authors started their filming in America, then went on to Arabia and finished their work in distant Siberia. We could start our story, for instance, in the United Arab Emirates. At one sheikh's home, we would find a truly unique place, a jadeite sauna, one of the most outstanding in the whole world. Even in a country of fortune and glamour, the acquisition of the Arab sheikh has settled both his fellow countrymen and billionaires world over. Why did he choose jadeite sauna? Stay tuned and you'll know the answer. On the other hand, we could start telling the story in a Siberian taiga, close to Chinese border. It's one of those very few places on Earth where jadeite is being found. But maybe you'd prefer taking a glance how millionaires in the famous New York Christie's auction are competing for opportunity to acquire artifacts manufactured of the jadeite. The figures are stunning. Over $10 million for some dozens of grams of jadeite color. I suppose we incited your curiosity sufficiently so we can start telling our story. So, it's the jadeite. There are no jadeite deposits in Europe. Jadeite is a semi-precious germ of a non-volcanic origin, originating from another stone, the albite. It is still being called imperial stone, and it possesses both unique features and positive impact on health. It does not interact with acids and is hard to trim, as well as it purifies the air. The fact that jadeite is obtained by hand only makes it more valuable. Since all times, there are numerous proofs that jadeite artifacts help to protect people's health and to maintain undying youth. Scientists have confirmed both that its green coloration has a calming effect, and the fact that this germ has a positive effect for our body if we wrap it onto a piece of material and keep close to our body. Jadeite properties: emitting silicon acid, which has an anesthetic, antitoxic and anti-inflammatory effect. Possessing up to 30 times more chemical elements from Mendeleev table that are useful to the body, and up to 100 times less needless chemical elements. Decreasing levels of radiation. It has, in comparison to other germs, much better longevity for baths and saunas. It is absolutely safe for using in baths and saunas because it has very high strength and endurance indicators. After they are being poured by water in saunas, there is no visible and speech-depriving vapor. It is always easy to breathe. Totally different pleasure of bathing is obvious. Due to its extraordinary composition, it is ideal for massage. It is permeable to light. Here you can see how the light crosses a 6 mm jadeite plate. Its surface is not susceptible to mechanical influence. As you can see, when one tries to scratch both polished and non-polished jadeite with a drake metal nail, no trace is being left on the surface. Even a bullet would bounce after hitting jadeite. It is susceptible to be cut to very thin plates. down to 0.4 mm as a sheet of paper. It strengthens the nervous system, normalizing arterial blood pressure, softening walls of the blood vessels, improving blood composition, strengthening man's potency, as well as renal and urethral activity. The curing powers of jadeit is most effective when in immediate contact with body, while wearing jadeit adornments or carrying out special oriental massage with this stone. So this is the mystery and peculiarity of jadeit. And now let's go on with our intriguing journey of those parts of the world where the jadeit is born and where it later travels. Russia. In the very heart of Moscow, a pretty common and non-outstanding building gets many luxury cars lined up and a platoon of security people hanging around. The views are already common for the new Russia, so neither the million-dollar cars nor security personnel armed with almost machine guns do not attract anybody's attention anymore. The world's renowned people, not only crème de crème from Russian show business or sports, but also those from the whole world, come here every day. When more than 200 years ago Sandun baths were open in the center of Moscow for the nobility of the time, rumors about incredible luxury and untamed parties in the quarters of several thousand square meters soon started to spread. It's true that during those long years the purpose of those baths has not changed dramatically. Billion-dollar business decisions are being made there. And Hollywood stars sometimes have so much vodka that they barely can reach their limos, shaking and staggering. Those pictures on this wall depict just a small part of people who have visited Sandun baths over the last years. From Russian celebrities such as Nadezhda Babkina, Anastasia Volodchkova, Vladimir Vysotsky or Sergei Bodrov Jr. to Jean-Claude Van Damme, the Rammstein, Pavel Bure or John Travolta. So what makes the Sandun baths so exceptional that so many celebrities come there? Let's have several moments to look around the place. If you came here after a long day at work to relax for a couple of hours, you can definitely do that at Sandun restaurant or bar. Before starting to enjoy food, you can leave your clothes for cleaning or bring them over the tailors. If you are not hungry, you can visit a beauty parlor or, for instance, have a look at a Chinese spa center. Massages of all types, cosmetic procedures of the most ancient techniques, and Chinese tea will undoubtedly bring you to paradise. Around the corner you'll find a closed restaurant with real sharks swimming in the fish tanks. Those who crave for a complete privacy can find solitude in closed from anybody's eyes VIP baths with separate halls, swimming pool and baths. Instead of ordinary stone jadeit is being used there.
Среди всех полудрагоценных камней, вот это, по-моему, единственный камень, который обладает вот подобными свойствами. Именно лечебные какие-то, и тем более все эти свойства начинают проявляться, когда камень подвергается воздействием температур. Ну а сауна или баня, сами понимаете, то место как раз, где это все и происходит.
А комментарии посетителей бани, они замечают, что это не просто камень, да, какой-то...
Вы знаете, поначалу смотрят просто как-то странно. Зеленый камень лежит. А потом, вот когда некоторые, конечно, спрашивают, а что за камень? Объясняем, что да, это жадеит. Многие сами стали замечать, что как-то вот сам пар от него мягче. То есть реально он становится немножко мягче.
There are only 4 jadeit baths all over the world. The only open for public one is in New York. The others are private. One is in Japan. Another is installed at one Arab sheikh's palace. And the fourth is at the home of one Muscovite oligarch. Jadeit is a semi-precious stone. its residue very scarce throughout the world. They are mainly found only in Burma, Myanmar, Guatemala, Japan, California and Khakassia. Due to its particular structure, jadeit has curative properties. It is clean. We are now going to one of those places where jadeit is being extracted: Siberia, Republic of Khakassia. Only a couple of kilometers away from the second largest water power plant in the world, the Sayan-Sushenskaya. One can only pass several security checkpoints if one has a special permit. Either then one is employed at the plant itself, or then they head for the Yenisei River dock in the vicinity. "50 grams of vodka for successful trip, and our barge is detaching from the shores." This barge plows its ways through impenetrable taiga once a week to deliver supplies. Of course, the journey has to be extremely slow, because the river is slaughtering with timber lugs. If the barge is too speedy, corpse-like lugs may rupture the frame of the ship. Boruskaya deposit, one of those very few places on our planet where jadeit is being extracted. For 12 men, those cabins, some of them are just a dozen square meters in area, became home for half a year. They have to work much and hard. In 40-degree heat or under heavy rain that may last 5 days in a row. Some men have been working here already for 9 terms. However, quite many do not last longer than a month or so. This jadeit stone, which weighs, according to scientists, around 7,000 tons, is unique because it is almost pure. That is, the jadeit itself constitutes 97% of the rock. This jadeit is the purest in the world. The stone of 15 meters in height and 20 meters in width has been being cut already for several years, and still it will go another 10 years or so till it is cut altogether. Due to a vast popularity of the jadeit and was tripled production, only 700 tons a year of it is being extracted here. Winters are so harsh here that during this period extracting activities have to be suspended totally. Jadeit succumbs only to minerals that are its superior. For instance, diamonds, sapphires or rubies. You can see for yourselves how after just a couple of says, a thin metallic cable is shattered to pieces. It did not succeed in overcoming jadeit. Even pebbled drill heads withstand only 15-20 centimeters, and after that they have to be replaced. In comparison, when drilling granite or marble, one head can withstand at least 3 meters. The most valuable part of jadeit for jewelry is situated at the very bottom. However, in order to get to it, there are still many years of splitting or cutting the cover. Detonations cannot be used because they would destroy the most valuable part of jadeit, a gram of which may sometimes cost up to several dozens of thousands of dollars. It could seem that they are real gold mines here, and if you once found the green jadeit thread, you can start counting your millions. But this is not how it is. Jewelry threads are so minute that they could be found even in a smallest rock. On the other hand, sometimes you could split a ton of rocks and never find a single bit of it. And now let's move to another hemisphere. United States of America, New York. In one of the best-known auction house, the Christie's, millionaires compete for art, exclusive jewelry, and other valuables. The raising their card participants raise the price. Sometimes this game of theirs comes close to insanity. How else would you call, for instance, these shots? Those jadeit decorations and the prices written by them, from several dozens of thousands up to $9 million. For example, the Russian gas company Gazprom has just paid $9.5 million for a 27 jadeit bubble color. Impressive? We would go on, but the sums would just increase. You have a unique opportunity to look at some of jadeit articles. The settlement of Molokov on the outskirts of Moscow is well known for its inhabitants. This is the house of Alexander Kozhakov, former head of security for President Boris Yeltsin, who wrote a scandalous book about Yeltsin's life. By his side, one of his best friends lived, Vladimir Nikolaevich Vinogradov, often referred to as the Russian king of vodka. Former general of 53, today has a giant security company that takes care of the main Kremlin personalities. The oligarch has as many as 4 country houses, but this one, where we have been invited, is his favorite. Vladimir Vinogradov shocked the whole country a couple of years ago when he built baths here, which is totally covered with jadeit. The price of this acquisition has never been disclosed.
Вот друзья, когда первый раз увидели, что сказали? Не спрашивали, а чё тут камень везде?
Да нет, они знают, что такое жадеит. Они говорят, тебе что, некуда деньги девать, ты сделал это все, так сказать. Я говорю, ну при чем здесь деньги? Это же, так сказать, удовольствие получаешь.
А правда, что это самая дорогая баня в России? Ну,
наверное, да. Я был в Нью-Йорке, но в Нью-Йорке совсем другая она, как бы, так сказать, баня, да, но она по-другому построена. Вы не были там, так сказать, на 5-й?
Я в Нью-Йорке был, но в бане-то не был.
Да? Ну, там нужно записываться за 3 с лишним месяца.
И там стоит $100, кажется.
Не 100, тогда стоило 215, так сказать, на 1 час.
That's how it was. He visited the famous baths in New York and he decided to build one at home.
Когда я ее сделал, да, у меня так чуть-чуть повышенное давление, я где-то, так сказать, так подряд несколько раз попарился. Вот, я обратил внимание, что я пью таблетку, но пил таблетку и думаю, что такое, так сказать, она как действует очень сильно, таблетка, так сказать. То есть начинает снижать больше давление. Вот. Тогда я прекратил таблетки пить. Вот. Ну и где-то так месяца 3 держался, так сказать, вообще без таблеток. Ну а сейчас опять на таблетки сел, потому что редко стал.
Of course, the rebels of Vinogradov and his entourage do not limit themselves with staying inside the hot sauna. The rich man says he has made an entire system how to relax even more. Outside, alongside the sauna, he built a bucket with ice-cold water, a jacuzzi and a huge barrel heated from beneath.
Заливается вода с настоями трав или молоко? Здесь где-то, так сказать, около 2 тонн.
Jadeit, jadeit, jadeit. You've heard some of those who have already tried the features of this stone. You've seen impressive articles made of this stone. But what do scientists with many years of experience in research think about it? Professor, academician Levon Oganisyan, in his estate close to Moscow, has both jadeit sauna and jadeit bathhouse. The vice president of Russian Geology Union claims that both of them are very popular with his family.
А вот сауна. Там лежит жадеит. Вот одно из свойств жадеита в чем заключается? у него очень небольшой коэффициент расширения при подогреве. И, соответственно, когда охлаждается камень, тоже уменьшается в объеме меньше. Это что означает? Это означает, что этот камень не будет очень быстро портиться трещинами. Да, вот один, например, пример с точки зрения экономии. Что лучше? Это долго будет выдерживать. Во-вторых, у жадеита очень высокая теплоемкость. Когда вы баню топите или сауну разогреваете, камень берет в себе огромное количество тепла. И это означает, что если водой вы подаете, или в любом случае она остынет значительно меньше. Это вот я два свойства, я могу еще другие свойства.
Да, все говорят, лечит.
Безусловно, правда? Это правда. Это правда. Правда, потому что тот жадеит, который мы видим, это вот ведь не только из жадеита состоит. Там присутствует группа минералов под названием циолиты. Они адсорбируют в себе вредные вещества, в том числе и радионуклиды. Пар всегда лечит. А хороший пар, который дает жадеит, мягкий, который не обжигает ничего, естественно, это будет более целебным. Медицинские заключения относительно жадеита есть, имеются. И они, естественно, соответствуют действительности, потому что тот пар, который дает жадеит, жадеитовой сауне, вы себя почувствуете совершенно иначе. Температура высокая, но она мягкая, не обжигающая.
Professor's friends love to come for a round to the bathhouse next to his luxury house. When they come to visit him, they always know that the hospitable scientist is always waiting for them with a hot bath.
Жадеит – это традиционный камень. Традиционный в каком смысле? Что человечество им пользуется очень и очень давно. Традиционные камни, как правило, имеют высокий авторитет и высокую цену.
Professor says that jadeit should draw attention not just from bath lovers, but also from fashion designers, jewelers, architects, furniture makers, and all people who do care for their health. Because jadeit deposits in the world are limited, and especially deposits of such pure jadeit as it extracted in Boruskaya. When this mine is worn out, jadeit of such a pure origin will be exhausted. Here we could conclude our journey to a spectacular world of jadeit. We hope we have managed to satisfy your curiosity during those several dozen of minutes, because it's worth to find as much as possible about this unique stone.